Well, Warren, you had a tremendous season. You had a tremendous game. You wear the little insignia number one. That number one, you're convinced that you are number one. I mean, you don't know anything but playing football the last week in November.
You know, it's been a great year for me, a great year for the ball club, and 3 in a row. You know, what can you say?
I have a high standard for myself. I have a high standard of what I wanted to accomplish. I always wanted to be the best. I always felt like I was one of the best. One of the reasons I put that number one on my jersey is not because it was a fashionable number or anything. To me, it was a constant reminder of what I wanted to be. I wanted to be the best. And it was also a constant reminder to my teammates, hopefully, this is where we want to finish as a football team, the best. So that number had some big meaning to me, and for me to put it on my chest sometimes took a lot of gonads, so to speak.
But we call that courage.
Yeah, there you go. But I did it only because I had the confidence that I could wear that number and do everything that it took to live up to it.
At quarterback, they've got Warren Moon. He engineered the win with some spectacular passing and running.
It was a good motivator for me, and that's what kept me going. Just my belief in who I could be, my belief in who my team could be, and I wanted them to always be a reminder of that because I just had high expectations for myself and for my team.
You have tremendous success in the NFL. You've had tremendous success in the CFL. You're a Hall of Famer in both leagues.
Isn't that amazing?
It's kind of...
I pinch myself all the time when people bring that up because, first of all, I'm the only player that's ever done that. And a lot of that is because I was the only player that had a chance to play in both leagues. I marvel at it only because of what people thought of me back in 1978, that I couldn't even play the position. And so to get to this point, it just makes me that much more prouder of my accomplishments. And it just goes to show a lot of younger people, if you just stick to your guns, if you just stick to the things you believe in, if you just stick to the goals that you set for yourself, you definitely have to follow your heart, and you've got to be willing to put the work in, more work than anybody else on the team. You've got to be the first guy in, the last guy out every day, because if that's part of the leadership of playing this position, that if they don't see the quarterback as one of the hardest, if not the hardest working player on the team, you've got leadership problems right there. If you're leaving the building before all the other guys are leaving the building, those guys aren't going to follow you, especially when things get down. So that's the first thing you have to understand, is you've got to be the hardest working guy on the football team to set that example so everybody else will follow you and follow your example.
There he is, number one, to quarterback the Eskimos, Warren Moon.